With that, we will move on to new business, and the first item is review of the 2013 summer school plans at the Toma High School, and Mr. Adams is here to speak to that.
As long as Mother Nature keeps understanding what season we're actually in, we don't move any other dates around. Our first day of summer school will be June 11th, which will be a Tuesday, and then running through July 11th, which I believe that's a Thursday, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head, Thursday or Friday. Classes are going to run Monday through Thursday as normal, except for the following 2 weeks. The first week specifically, because of the time frame, we need the time from when grades are entered at the end of fourth quarter, second semester, to determine who we may need to get into summer school right away. That gives us Monday, June 10th, to place any necessary calls that we can't make on the 7th to ensure we get everybody that we possibly can get into school on the first day on the 11th. And then the other odd week will be the week of July 1st, which is actually the week of 4th of July, because the holiday falls on the 4th on Thursday. So we'll just not have school on that Thursday and move the 4th day onto that Friday. So otherwise we'll just go Monday through Thursday. First sessions are 8:30 in the morning until 10:30, and then second session is 10:40 to 12:40. The locations this year, last year because of the remodeling, we were at Robert Cooper here. This year we'll be back into the high school. We're going to utilize the business education wing, more affectionately known as Wall Street. The reason behind it is we have a large number of computers available to us within that one wing, as well as 2 science rooms and 2 math rooms. The computers are necessary for not only the NovaNet classes, but a lot of the English classes rely on papers and everything, so they're right there. The printers are right there. We don't have to move back and forth into a computer lab to another classroom, so we have everything we would need right within that one wing. Additionally, it keeps us out of the rest of the building and away from the custodial staff, who can begin whatever they need to begin as far as cleaning up for the beginning the process for summer cleaning. The courses that we're looking at, the note there, at least 10 students must be enrolled for each course. We're looking at Algebra 1 and Geometry, the freshman and sophomore level math classes. Biology, Physical Science, the same for the science areas. English 9-10. U.S. History 1 and 2, World History, as well as Econ and Civics. We're bringing back the ACT prep course that we started last year, and then we will have a variety of NovaNet courses to be determined at this point to see where we're at in terms of credit efficiencies, who may need to get into what program, and then how much that person would need to take up. Because of the time frames, one student could potentially enroll in essentially 2 classes, a full credit worth of schoolwork. One for first session, one for second session. It could be a full year of science, physical science. It could be a half credit of science, half credit of social studies, whatever the combination may be. As far as the work itself, it's across the board. We'd like to try and take a look at specifically what they were deficient in throughout the semester or throughout that particular unit or project, whatever it was, and look primarily at that. We can offer a pre-assessment to gauge where their deficiencies are, and then go from there and subscribe a basic lesson plan tailored to that. We try to avoid looking at a kid who needs to take the entire semester in that 6 weeks. It can be done, it has been done, but it's a very, very long, time-consuming process, and the kids tend to start waning off after about week 3 or 4, and it's hard to rein them back in. And so if we can say, you've done your seat time, we know you did not do that well on this unit, and a little bit of this unit, those are the ones we're going to focus on. They do their time, they can show that they're proficient in those standards within 2-3 weeks. They met the requirement, we'll give them the pass credit, and they're done for the rest of that time frame. So I guess, is there any questions regarding the basic format of the summer school?
Are we looking at any the summer pack has a lot of fun programs as well as educational programs. And here I see just pretty much educational and no fun learning programs for high school age. Are we looking at any of those?
At present, no, we're not. I do understand the need to maybe start looking at some enrichment programs to give more opportunities. I could see with as many requirements that are starting to take shape in terms of overall classes that are needed, credits that are needed, ways of going above and beyond what our biology is currently teaching. And, maybe an enrichment course in genetics or stem cell research or whatever it is, could be a viable way of reaching out to those higher end students. Currently, right now, we're looking at, and one of our biggest needs is remediation and trying to get those students that fell through the cracks here and there, they get those credits back to them, and so they're not slipping through the cracks even further sophomore year, junior year, and then we're stuck senior year really trying to scramble to figure out how we can pull them in, which is usually where the NovaNet and then Robert Cooper comes into play. So we're really seeing the need historically has been those kids that need that remedial credit to get them back on track for that graduation.
Mrs. Clark, maybe, I think there are there are high school courses that are part of the enrichment, but they tend to be more athletics.
There's golf and strength training. There are a couple other science classes that are included in 9th grade, but
Weight training.
Above and beyond.
Is that what you said? Oh, did you say weight training?
Strength training.
There's
Okay.
the majority of our students in the strength training program are all high school students.
Yeah.
We
It
take
just
real advantage of that.
It just seemed to me, for one, we want to make learning fun, no matter what level. But two, with it all being remedial, it seems to me that there's a stigma attached to the high school going to school during the summer because it's all remedial. Whereas if we had, like with the summer pack program, it's a mixture of remedial and enrichment, and stigma's not there. They all, what is it, 700 or so kids go to that, and it just seemed to me if we did more enrichment, there might not be such a stigma attached to it.
I could agree with that 100%. Yeah, offering up those things that we just can't do, have the time frame within the actual school day, and stuff that's even beyond what the Common Core for whatever the classes would prescribe. And that's where we looked at introducing this ACT prep last year to give those sophomores going into that junior year a little more work, exposure to what the ACT is, how to plan for it, how to study for it, how to work toward it. And I know we had pretty decent success with that this last summer, and so we're hoping to kind of expand on that. And then obviously within even the NovaNet, we can even go expand within that curriculum as well. And that's a self-paced type of a program that the kids just kind of work through on their own and explore it as they choose.
I would wonder a little bit, once you get past 9th grade, students are working during the summer. The enrichment part, I'm not sure that as many students would take part in that. The ACT prep is a nice thing for students to do it in the summertime because then it's not sandwiched in between all the busy stuff they're doing in the school year.
Right.
So that is a nice program that you offer that. But you'd almost have to pick and choose if you did enrichment courses.
Yeah, it would really be...
You wouldn't have a huge turnout.
It would be very student selective. I mean, we could offer up a wide variety, and it's whether or not the students even have an interest in that. We could offer up a geology course or something like that, but it's whether or not there's an interest to drive that as well.
I could add to the first 2 years that I coordinated summer pack, we did have classes that went through like 9th and 10th grade, but we didn't get kids.
I think it's an area, though, that with technology and the idea of personalized learning, when you look at independent studies and kids creating what they'd like to learn about, and being able to do that on their own time with a teacher who is perhaps online, with one of our online teachers who can be monitoring what they're working on. There's an opportunity for us to have some types of enrichment things. I think we just have to rethink the traditional, it's during it's in the school building, it's during the day, but looking to utilize technology and online coursework for kids to be enriched. And I think that will eventually come.
And there are students coming in and out of the building because of the strength training and all the other things that are offered in the ACT courses, that it isn't just kids that need the remedial. So there's enough people going in and out that I don't know that it's...
And there is a difference between high school and middle school when you're talking about remediation, and one is primarily is that they're offered for a credit now. And that credit needs to be at the same standards as the credit that is offered during the regular school year. And to offer a credit in a different way, you almost have to be able to offer that to all students, not just one student, if you have a different method of learning, or maybe a more exciting, because I'm sure there would be many students that would say, you know what, I would like to do it this way rather than the other way if they had that same opportunity. So there are some unique challenges to that high school credit when you're looking at it that there are really not at the middle school or the high school.
Right.
Or I mean at the middle school.
So this was all said, but just to summarize for the slower people here, meaning me, it's with the exception of the ACT prep, it's all remediation. It's only for a student who failed a course for credit recovery. And if they were enrolled in it, it would be with the expectation that they could complete the material to get a credit in that.
Correct.
For that course.
Right.
Yeah.
Majority of the classes that we are offering are the prereqs for the sophomore level class or prereq for the junior level class. So we need to ensure that they understand those concepts securely before we move on to the higher level next one.
Yeah, okay. Anything else? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know you approved the summer pack program, so we probably need to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the high school summer school program as presented for 2013.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the summer school plan for 2013 as presented. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries, and so that's approved. Thank you very much.